It is a ridiculously bright day out here, and even if I put the aperture down to f/22, I am still getting some overexposure in S-Log3. Fortunately, Freewell sent me their K2 filter system to try out. Now, full disclosure, Freewell did send these to me, but no money changed hands, and they don't get any input into this video before it's launched. It looks really interesting. It comes in this really nice box. You get all these different ring sizes to adapt to, from 67, 72, 77, and 82 millimeters. The front of this lens is a 77. So I'm going to take this, we're going to stick it on, put it on the front of the lens here. And then you have this big filter box here, which has a nice big, huge front magnetic cap. Comes with this nice back cap here. You pop out. Has a little tiny level built in here. I don't know if you can see that. But basically, once you get it out and once the ring is on your lens, then the whole thing snaps on when you push these two buttons here. So you push that, snap it on, and then it's on your lens. The only thing that's going to come off is the magnetic filter system. And then of course, you can level it up so you get it precisely level, and then lock it down using these two little screws here. So now the whole system's locked down and won't slide around. And that's going to be important because in a moment there's some other filter options you can get for this. Right now what we have on there is the VND base, which is definitely better. And this is similar to their other filter system. When you put it on the one direction, it's a 1 to 5 stop filter. If you put it on the other direction, it's a CPL filter. And the way to know that is that when you put it on the 1 to 5 direction stop, you'll see a little tiny arrow right here that then you know you have your hard stop ND. So you go from 1 stop of ND to 5 stops of ND. So you can see 1 stop of ND, then the 5 stops of ND. We can open up that aperture a little bit more and not be overexposed. Now the nice thing is they've included also a 32, an ND32 CPL if you put it this way on there, or if you flip it around, then you have a 6 to 9 stop variable ND. So there you can see, obviously we can open that up quite a bit. Oops, we go that way, and still get a decent exposure. But then, like I said, if you flip it around, you have an ND32, so it means it's giving you quite a bit of stops of quite a few stops of light reduction. Now, if you just want to use just the CPL filter, you're going to want to take this guy, the filter inside, out, because that's adding to your variable effect. So then here we're going to have just an ND32 and polarization effect. So you can see here, the only thing that changes is the amount of light being reflected off the water and the saturation levels in the sky. But other than that, you can basically control it any other way you want to. So if you just want a circular polarizer, that's what you do. But if you want that variable polarizer, you put the VND base in there, and then you get the option to have a 2 to 5 stop or a 6 to 9 stop with the filter in there. Now, we've seen these sort of magnetic filter systems from Freewell before, which are really nice and fairly versatile if it's something you can use when you're shooting. What's cool about this one is they've included this little slot. You can also get these, which are inserts. So right here we have a hard graduated filter, which is a 0.9 stop to, you can open up the bottom so you can shift it to wherever you need to. Right in there, it's pretty good, to where you actually get decent filtration. And a graduated stop, basically a graduated filter gives you to where everything up here is filtered more heavily than everything down here. So this rock here is black, and it means, you know, as you can see, as soon as you go up, everything kind of blows out. But if you bring it down, kind of get it where you need to, then all of a sudden you have properly exposed snow over here on the mountains, but you can still see all the detail in the rock. It takes some playing with and some getting used to, but it does give you some options on how you want to expose the scene. And this is particularly useful in photography when you're taking photos of something like snow-covered mountains with the sun on them, but a very dark foreground or dark lower element. But also included in this is the blue streak filters, which you put those in. Of course, we're gonna close up the bottom, put that in. So there you can see the streaks really well, extremely well. That's a blue streak filter. And they've also included one of my favorite filters, which is the glow mist filter. So we'll put that on. And that just softens the highlights and softens the light coming into the frame. So you can see there, it's a very hard stop of light, or a very hard point of light. And when you put this on, it just softens everything around it. So it gives your highlights a nice soft glow. Makes it look pretty nice, I think. If you were shooting at night, this gives all of the lights around you just a soft bloom, a soft halation effect, which softens everything up. And it's one of the things that you use for like a quarter stop mist filter or a black satin mist filter, anything like that, is to get rid of some of that digital sharpness, hardness, and give it a little bit more filmic look, which is the way that film and light used to interact a little bit more. Now this whole system goes live on Indiegogo today, and there's a link in the description you can click to go to. Really what this system is designed to do is to save you from buying a whole bunch of different filters and having to carry a ton of different filters with you. Now I'm carrying a few because I've got these 3 here, plus all of the rings in this, because I brought the whole system with me today. But you could easily take all the rings out of here, put them on your lenses, or just have the rings you need with you, and then put these, the glow mist, the blue streak, or the gold streak, some of the other filters they're going to have available, and have them all in this one case here, which is really nice, actually really well designed leather with little magnetic clips on it. Keeps everything nicely together. I really like stuff like this. I don't take it with me all the time when I'm backpacking and stuff, but when I'm just going somewhere like I did today, where I drove and I'm just sitting here enjoying the sunshine and taking photos, some of the wildlife that's coming by or some of the scenery, it really is a nice way to be able to get a lot of filters with me without having to carry a ton of filters, and be able to compose different types of shots, different types of photography here as I'm running around Alaska. Now you're going to want to watch this video right here next. As always, if you have questions, ask me in the comments below, or join my live stream, which happens most Wednesday nights at 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you again soon in the next video. At least if I don't sit here in the sun for a long time, just enjoying this lovely spring weather.